Three, two, one, go. Hello and welcome back to Daftmunk. My name is Axel, also known as Daftmunk. Welcome back to Train Sim, playing Train Sim again. We're back in London. Me and Connor have actually been here. I'm going to turn my headphone sounds down. I'm always having to do audio adjustments before I start a game. I think that's everything I needed to do, and then I just put on the throttle and we start moving. So me and Connor have actually been here. Me and my good friend Connor. We God, that's loud. We came to London. Was it last year? Yeah, it was last year. We went to London on the train last year for my birthday because my partner surprised me with it. She said, "I don't know what I'm doing." I was like, "What do you mean?" "I've done this thing, but I don't know if I've done the right thing." "What are you on about?" And then she told me what she did. She bought me a return ticket to London on the Great Western Railway, my favourite network, because it's my local network, and plus the scenery is just great, which you'll see in the next video, which I'll tell you about in a minute. And essentially, yeah, she got me tickets, and me and Connor went, oh, she's probably getting me one, and we came to London, and we came to Paddington Station. I think we went onto this platform here. It's either that one or that one. I can't remember which one's which. I think it was platform A? Question mark inside my brain. Let's get back inside the cab. Have we got lights and that on? Yeah. So we're doing London Paddington to Reading. This is actually a line I've been on now, so I'm happy to say that this is a line that I've been on. And I always said in videos, one day I'm going to ride one of these lines that I've actually played. And honestly, you should have seen me on that day with Connor. I don't know if I annoyed him with it, but I was like, oh my god, it's just like the game. This is where I go in the game. This is where I go in the game. That's not like it in the game. But then again, the map's quite old, so they probably updated some buildings and stuff like that. And I was just like, ah. And I'm just, hang on, sorry, I was just replying to my partner because she's, I was asking her what time she was going to be back from work because obviously, you know, I'm recording, and it took me a while to get my kids to sleep. Well, my daughter was fine, but my son takes ages. But yeah, we came to London on, we didn't come on one of those, we didn't come on a, HST, I can't remember what class they are. I think it's like a class 47. I can't remember the classes of the trains. I don't remember their specific numbering or anything like that. I only ever remembered it when I made a train TikTok where I filmed trains. I like trains, by the way, if you didn't notice. Few things to talk about. Tomorrow, Train Sim World 6 comes out. I've pre-ordered it. This is the first ever game I've pre-ordered, and I pre-ordered it for a very special reason. And I think I've touched on about this in Skate. I think I spoke about it in Skate or one of the previous episodes of Train Sim World. Train Sim World 6 coming out. I pre-ordered it because the freaking Riviera line's coming to it. You get to drive from Exeter to Plymouth, which is where I live. And I have said for years I want to be able to play on a map that goes to Plymouth. And now we get Exeter to Plymouth, and you can also do Exeter to Paignton. So I'm currently at odds in my head. I'm gonna ask Connor later if he can help me figure this out in my brain. Should I live stream it, or should I or should I just record it like I am now and make edits of the whole line throughout multiple episodes? It's more content, but it will take a while for me to finish the routes, like it is in this episode, or in these episodes, I should say. If I have live streamed it, then that video has come out before this one, so just forget anything I say from here on out. But I'm super excited, or I was super excited, you know, that's how this time difference works. Because if I haven't recorded it yet, then I'm not excited. But if I've already done the live stream by the time this episode comes out, I was very excited, and I was squealing like a little girl. But I do have plans for that route. Not just me going from one end of the route to the other like I am here. This is going to be more of me I'm gonna do the like I said, I'm gonna do the I'm gonna do the route. I'm gonna go from Exeter to Plymouth because I don't want to start off in Plymouth and then leave and go to Exeter. I want to go Exeter to Plymouth, so I have a goal. I can go back to my hometown. I can go down to my hometown, but at every stop, I'm going to do it in a scenario planner, so it's not going to be like this where it's a timetable. I'm going to do it in the scenario planner. I'm going to build it up so that I stop at all the major stations that I usually stop at, because I take this route a lot when I go to conventions, because there's this UKCGF convention at the West Point Arena in Exeter, and I take the train up. I'll be taking the train up on the 12th of October next month. By the time this episode goes out, I'm fairly certain I've already been to the con. I don't know. I don't know. I set all these videos up for schedule. I think I've missed my schedule for like the past 3 days, but I'll get to it. I'll get to it. You'll get to me. You'll get to me recording this now in the episode when you can. But I take that route a lot. So what I'm going to do is go into scenario planner, and so I don't have time restrictions and I don't have red lights to fuck me over. I'm gonna go through the stations on foot, have a look around, be like, yep, that's like it is in real world, that's like it is, I love this, and then get on the train, drive to the next station, do the same thing, so on and so forth. But when I get near Plymouth, I'm gonna slow the train down to like a crawl, and then just like this, and be like, oh my god, that's where my friend's house used to be. That's where this is. Me and Connor went there. Oh my god. So it'll be like that, but like much slower. I am running slow on time because I left a little bit late and I was slow because I was explaining things. I also have one other idea that I want to do. I'm just going to have a drink first and then I'll tell you my idea. So, sorry about that. I always have a drink with me when I'm recording. One, because I always have a fizzy drink, because one, it gives me a sugar rush, and then my whole mind goes manic, because I've recorded many times where I haven't had a drink, and I've just been sluggish, and it's like, hey, welcome back to Daftmunk, my name is Axel, so it's Daftmunk. So I always make sure I have a drink when I'm recording. So another idea that I have, which would be, I think, a live stream. Either that, or if I edit it into one long episode, so it wouldn't be like cut up into like every 10 minutes of this journey. It would be the full journey, but it would be, I think, roughly 3 hours long. So you'd have a 3 hour long Daftmunk Train Sim World special, where I play the game for 3 hours. On and off, because I'd have to do it over multiple days, because I can't do 3 hours in one go unless I had a free day where I could just like record. So if my partner took the kids out, I record these now while my kids are asleep, so it gives me time. So my kids are asleep, my partner's at work, I record one game a night, and then I edit it down and I upload it and I add it to the schedule, and then over the next like week I've got that schedule for that week. But like I said, I've missed a couple of days. So I'm going to have to sort that out once I've finished this recording. And yeah. Hang on, I think I heard a noise. Turns out it was my stomach. But that's fine. Yeah, so basically the idea for this 3 hour long Train Sim World special is using the map that I'm currently playing, the new map that I'll be playing tomorrow, and the West Cornwall mainline map. And starting from Penzance on the West Cornwall mainline map, I'm going to go from Penzance to St. Austell. But there's gaps in this route, I will say. Penzance to St. Austell, I'll do that with the new train that you get in Train Sim World 6. I'm going to do that. So, Penzance to St. Austell. Then obviously, you know, you'd have St. Austell to Plymouth, but you don't have that map yet. Hopefully they do one day. But they don't have St. Austell to Plymouth, which would be a really cool map to do. And I want them to do it now that I've got my wish and I've got a Plymouth map, because St. Austell, you go from St. Austell, Parr, Liskeard, and you'd go across Cornish countryside. Then you'd get to like Saltash, and you get to go over the viaduct, then over the Isambard Kingdom Brunel Bridge, and you got the Tamar Bridge on the left of you, and you get to go around that way, and then you go through Plymouth over bridges, through tunnels, past the dockyard, and around. My favourite station is Dockyard in Plymouth. Just a little bit of trivia for you there, and then you finally get to Plymouth. But what I'd be doing is because that section isn't in the game, I can't do that. So what I would do is I'd go from I'd cut that bit out, and I'd cut out, and because obviously, like I said, you don't have St Austell to Plymouth, and you also don't have Exeter to Reading, which is another one that I can't do. But the reason why this is going to be a 3-hour video is because I'm going to do Penzance to St Austell, then we'll have a brief intermission, and then it's Plymouth to Exeter, and then another brief intermission, and then we have Reading to London Paddington, like we are doing right now. And what was I going to say? And then you have that, and that's literally that full route.